All right, breaking news here. CNN has now learned to expect new recommendations coming from this group of scientists telling men not to get screened for prostate cancer. Senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen is here to explain not get screened.
I know, whenever we say the doctors say not to get screened for something, it is very confusing.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about this group. This is the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force. But do you remember that mammogram story 2 years ago? Right, who could forget it?
Hugely controversial.
Hugely controversial. They said that women in their 40s didn't necessarily need mammograms. And what we're being told by someone who is privy to this committee's deliberations is that they are set to give prostate cancer screening a D rating. And a D rating means that the harms are potentially bigger than the benefits. And so it's not worth doing. Now, this is based on someone I talked to and a report that I obtained, which is a draft report. So it could change by Monday, which is when it's due to come out.
So explain that then to the men sitting out there who are thinking, well, I had prostate cancer. I only learned of it because I was screened, saved my life. What about them?
Right. There are men whose lives are saved by prostate cancer screening. There are also men who would say that their lives were ruined or partially ruined by prostate cancer screening. And here's why. Prostate cancer can sometimes be a very slow-growing cancer. So you screen, let's say, at age, 50, and you find this really slow-growing cancer that's not going to kill you till you're, 100. But you treat it, and when you treat it, you can make the man impotent and incontinent. So you've now made him impotent and incontinent for something that wasn't going to kill him anyhow. But there are also prostate cancers that are fast-growing, so some screening does save some lives. The problem is that medical science has a hard time discerning between those slow and those fast ones. Right.
So, bottom line, you always sit here and talk about being the empowered patient.
Yes.
What's your advice?
This is a really tough one, I have to say. My husband and I have discussed this a lot, and it is really a difficult decision.
What do you say to your hubby?
What I say to my hubby is I say, you need to think about whether you want to know the answer to this question. Because you may find out that you have this cancer, and we don't know if it's going to be slow or fast. And if it treats it, I don't want him to be impotent or incontinent. He doesn't want it either,
but
right?
You also want
him around. It is a really tough decision. It is one that each man has to make with his own doctor.
Wow. Elizabeth Cohen, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Still to come here.